Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF Bets race of the day for Thursday, February the 1st, race number 6 at Aqueduct. If you sign up for DRF Bets right now, a $200 free bet is waiting for you with no deposit required. All you have to do is go to drf.com/join and use the promo code FREEBET09. Let's take a look at this field of 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs on the main track. We're expecting a field of 8, and you can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com. Download them and handicap along with us as we take the field in post position order. The number 1 is Rock on Sandy. It's Diodoro off the claim.
Off the claim, off a little bit of a layoff here, 61 to 180 days. Not a problem for Diodoro. My big concern, the maiden claimer, she exits. I know you had a next out winner, but really we haven't seen a heck of a lot as far as form is concerned.
Yeah, that horse did come back to win at that $15,000 level with a 47 buyer. Rock on Sandy did seem to at least put it together a little more with the addition of blinkers. I'm kind of curious to see if she can stay within range early. I think she's more of a mid-pack runner, and I'm not sure if there's a lot of gas on. I think the pace should be fair.
Yeah, fair. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I also don't think they'll be walking out there. It'll be interesting to see ultimately what you get from the rail off the layoff first time for this barn.
The number 2 is Tenacious Rose, won her career debut at Delaware for trainer Jamie Ness. Switched barns, has been in arguably tougher in her last 3 races, a couple at Finger Lakes last time out against New York Breds 50s. The stamina just hasn't been there.
Stamina hasn't been there. I will say, though, the one thing that makes me think this horse absolutely needs the lead, when she hasn't gotten the lead, she gives up ground every time in the stretch. She's been facing better horses as far as buyers are concerned, what they've done. So maybe you can look at that and say it's positive. I think she has one way to go if she's going to win.
Never off the board from 4 lifetime starts, but is yet to buyer greater than 36. Is going to have to do better in here. The number 3 is City of Dreams, one of 2 in the race, trained by Wesley Ward. As we take a look at the Timeform US Pace Projector, our friends at we'll look at the DRF Formulator fact first. The 3 City of Dreams, 5 for 18, Ward, $4 ROI. He knows where to place last out dirt winners, maiden winners.
Yeah, the interesting thing here about this filly, she has at least shown the ability to be forwardly placed. Now, that most recent start, she was out there on relatively soft fractions out in the clear. She looked good. She never looked like a loser. From a buyer standpoint, she's the horse to beat. I'm curious to find out what happens if she gets headed, which I kind of feel like she's going to.
63 buyer for that debut. Impressive, but she could be the speed nearest the rail. You got to think that Martin Garcia is going to hustle her out of there. Hope maybe the 5 rapid route doesn't put a lot of pressure on City of Dreams. The Timeform Pace Projector has her slightly ahead of the 5 rapid route, and the 6 Dreams Are Passable, who does seem to have a good amount of speed.
Yeah, she does, and I disagree a little bit here with the Pace Projector. I think the 2 has to go from the inside. So if that's the case, then all of a sudden is the 3 going to get hooked up something early on? And if that's the case, I don't know if I love her chances off the layoff.
Ward's other entrant is the 4, Gypsy Janie, one of only 2 multiple race winners in this field. She scored for 40 last time out at Churchill Downs, going a 1-turn mile. I didn't think it was the strongest field in the world she beat, but I thought she looked good enough. And if she can sit a tactical trip, maybe a little bit closer than where the Pace Projector has the 4, things could work out well under Trevor McCarthy.
The best thing she has going for her is that tactical ability. She doesn't need to go to the lead. She doesn't come from 100 out of it. That recent race that she ran that was back on November the 16th, I agree, it hasn't been very good. The 3rd place finisher earned a 6 next out on turf. You got a couple other runners in there with 35 and 29 buyers. So she's probably facing the best horses of her life at this point. That's not saying much because this race doesn't look particularly strong.
City of Dreams, the 5-2 morning line favorite. You could argue, though, that the horse that beats the 5 rapid route, because this horse is just taking a gigantic class drop. After winning her career debut for a state-bred 50, she went against English Soul, a pretty nice runner, and she was far from embarrassed in that race. She was pushing the pace early, and English Soul came back to win a New York bred stake. And then last time out, she was in against Midnight Disguise, who came back to run 2nd in the Eastview with a 64, then won the Busanda with a 76 buyer. So this horse might get just a nice trip up close to the pace, and this class relief with the addition of Lasix, there are a lot of angles.
Yeah, you get a lot of positive things here. I wouldn't surprise me at all if this horse actually goes off favored. She might be the horse to beat in here. You combine the class relief, getting the Lasix on, has some tactical ability. There aren't a ton of things to knock about her other than the fact that she's probably going to take some money.
Dreams Are Passable, the number 6, expected to be close to the pace. She's won her last 2 starts in non-stakes competition, and she beat a stablemate last time out who came back to run 2nd against males at Finger Lakes with a 47 buyer.
Going to be facing much tougher horses this time around. Off of a layoff, figures to show speed. You got Paco listed as the rider. Again, it combines with the 3 being able to show speed, possibly with the 2. If those 3 go at it, it could fall apart late.
Quiva graduated last time out on December the 9th at Aqueduct in a New York bred race. It was contested over a wet track, and boy, that was just a bad field.
It certainly was. You were the one that tipped me off to it before I even opened up the PPs. You go, do me a favor, take a look at December the 9th. Did so. We've got a lot of negative zero buyers in there, 7 minus zeros. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm glad that you found out the pronunciation because I asked you. I have no idea about this one. She's going to need a couple of things to come together.
We've probably put her in the winner's circle by highlighting that bad race. She is going to have to improve against much better. The 8 is Mojito Margarita. Rudy Rodriguez having a phenomenal meet at the Big A. Blinkers are coming on, and this horse ran a fairly competitive Buyer's Speed figure 2 starts back. Not sure what happened last time, but watching the race, I wasn't comfortable with the trip.
No, I was going to say bumped early on. You had to deal with a wide trip throughout. I'm a little bit concerned always whenever you see a horse similar to what we talked about with the 3, a horse that goes off and wins for fun, and then when the times then you don't get the lead, you don't go on with it. That makes me a little bit concerned. I wouldn't take anything too short, but again, this is Rudy's playground.
6-1 on a hot trainer. That's the 8 Mojito Margarita for Rudy Rodriguez. Let's take a look at our top picks for race number 6. We're both going to go with the 4, Gypsy Janie. On the morning line, she's the other Wesley Ward, but she has 2 wins, a tactical gear. I think she fits well at this level.
I don't love her, but I think she could work out a decent enough trip in here. If they do line up front, we know that she can come from off of it. She needs to move up from a buyer standpoint, but I think she can.
Matt's going 4, 3, 5, and 1. I'm going 4, 3, 5, and 6. Gypsy Janie 4-1. Would you take anything less to win?
No. This would be a race where I would need every bit of that. I'm probably going to sit it out.
I agree. 4, 3, 5, 6 for me. 4, 3, 5, 1 for Matt. If you're playing at home, please consider DRF bets. Once again, a $200 free bet. No deposit required. DRF.com/join. Promo code FREEBET09. Approximate post time for the 6th. The Big A on Thursday. Your DRF bets race of the day, 3:26 Eastern. Good luck.